Thanks, everybody, for joining us today on NEA Report. We're happy to have you in with us. We want to begin by letting you know there is a blowing dust advisory that is in effect out there right now. So if you're driving this afternoon, use extra caution. Be careful. A wind advisory also in effect this afternoon as well. We're going to be talking about that and talking about a lot of news as well on the way. Next on NEA Report, let's begin the news. Thanks for joining us tonight on NEA Report, and we will begin right now with a traffic alert to let everybody know that may be getting ready to hit traffic or to get into traffic. There's a blowing dust advisory in effect, especially in Craighead County and a little bit out across northeast Arkansas this afternoon. Here are the main areas of concern we're hearing about right now, although the windy conditions should make everybody driving take a little extra caution, a little extra time for wherever you're going to. The areas of concern, according to Jonesboro E911 Director Jeff Presley, are Highway 226 to 67, Highway 91, the Egypt area, Highway 18 east to Black Oak, and Highway 158 east to Caraway. Again, blowing dust advisory out there until 7 p.m. tonight. Folks, be careful if you're out driving. Let's talk about the top story tonight. And a worker who's claiming he was railroaded by Walnut Ridge Police Department. It's no accident that we use the word railroad because he was a railroad worker, still is as far as I know, and he's claiming in a lawsuit filed against both the Walnut Ridge mayor, the police chief, and several employees, one former, one current. He's claiming that he was physically assaulted by a police officer in Walnut Ridge simply for doing his job. Then, he says when he tried to file a complaint, he was charged with 2 crimes. Now, the man's suing Walnut Ridge's police chief, mayor, and 2 officers involved as their official capacities and as individuals, too. We're going to tell you about that lawsuit right now. First reported today in the Jonesboro Sun, attorney Mark Reese of Mark Reese Law Firm in Jonesboro is representing the plaintiff, Adam Finley. Adam is bringing a lawsuit against Walnut Ridge Mayor Charles Snapp, Police Chief Chris Kirksey, one officer and a former officer in the Eastern District of Arkansas, the Jonesboro Division of the U.S. District Court. The lawsuit claims that on December 28, 2016, Finley was unlawfully arrested, assaulted, and harassed while working for Burlington Northern Santa Fe Railroad, BNSF. You've probably seen that. At the intersection of Highway 63 and 91, a rail crossing, very famous there, Finley was stopped by Walnut Ridge police officer Matthew Mercado. This was in 2016, right there at the end. It says in the lawsuit that Mercado asked Finley why he was working on the railroad crossing. Finley was in an unmarked white work truck, but he had all his work equipment on, including an orange work coat and his BNSF badge. He explained he worked for the railroad, but that's when the lawsuit says Mercado took issue with Finley's attitude, and the whole situation began to go south. He asked him to step out of the vehicle. Then he was cursing and, according to the lawsuit, verbally assaulting Finley. Then he allegedly pushed Finley in the door, handcuffed him, and did so while cursing at him. He eventually uncuffed and released him, but not before Mercado was told the man that he would, quote, ride the lightning the next time. That is a reference, by the way, to being tased. You can actually see the claim right here from the lawsuit that it says he committed several unlawful assaults and batteries upon the plaintiff, and it goes into more detail. Finley went to the Walnut Ridge Police Department to file a complaint right after this, but that's when he claims he was once again treated unfairly. This time, he says he was interrogated by the chief of police, Chris Kirksey, and Officer Matt Cook, and following that, cited by Cook for refusal to submit and obstructing governmental operations. The lawsuit calls this an attempt by the 3 law enforcement officers to cover their actions by charging Finley with 2 misdemeanor offenses. It's worth noting 2 things at this point. Number 1, Mercado, the officer that we're talking about, left the department a few months after that, on February 7th. 2017. I was told for unrelated reasons. Number two, on April 3rd, 2018, Finley was acquitted of all charges in Lawrence County District Court. I don't think it's a surprise that on April 5th, this lawsuit was then filed. The lawsuit describes the defendant, Mercado, as having vicious propensities, but also alleges the city and the mayor took at no time any action to prevent police personnel under their supervisions from engaging in misconduct, according to the suit again. Walnut Ridge Mayor Charles Snapp. First thing we did, reach out to him and ask him to comment on the matter. But right now, he said he's unable to until he's able to speak with City Attorney Nancy Hall about the case and in more depth. That's the same answer that Attorney Chris Kirksey, Police Chief Chris Kirksey said. He said he's unable to speak until he talks to Attorney Hall. But Chief Kirksey and Walnut Ridge Mayor Snapp both wished to be able to speak about this. It's just the reality of a small town. They have a part-time city attorney, and they will have to find time to speak with her about this. But Snapp did tell me that he's requested the Arkansas Municipal League to assist Hall on the case. On Thursday, Reese did comment to NEA Report about the matter, and he said it could have been avoided entirely if the complaint had been taken by the city. That's his quote. It says, quote, if they would have taken the complaint, reprimanded the guy, talking about the officer, and treated my guy respectfully when he entered the department, he wouldn't have gotten a citation, wouldn't have hired a lawyer, wouldn't have come to my office, and would have felt they did something, Reese said. He said, and the end of that quote, you live and learn. The suit, as I mentioned, does target the four individuals, Officer Cook, former Officer Mercado, Chief Kirksey, Mayor Snapp, in their individual and official capacities. The lawsuit is seeking punitive damages against the defendant for actions it calls, quote, outrageous and utterly intolerable in a civilized society. Finley's demanding a jury trial. And whenever the city officials are able to speak about this, we've already requested comment, and we will run that and update you right here on NEA Report. An officer on patrol in what he called a high drug traffic area ended up apprehended several for drug charges, but one of them was an alleged drug dealer, and he had Happy Halloween bags allegedly containing crystal methamphetamine. It happened at 5:45 p.m. yesterday evening in Jonesboro when JPD Officer Trey Chisholm was on patrol in a high drug traffic area. That's what he said in his incident report. It was at the north side of the 200 block of North Main Street. He said he noticed three men walk up to each other and have a hand-to-hand transaction take place. Another person walked up, making it four in total, as he stopped and got out and made contact with the suspects. Three of those suspects would end up not having a good time, we'll say. First, Joseph Edward Beals, the man you're looking at on your screen, was identified as a probationer and searched. The report states that a coin bag containing 4 plastic Happy Halloween bags was found on Beals. Inside of the bags, a white crystal substance suspected of being meth. He was taken into custody without incident. Next, Gentry A. Stevenson, 32 of Jonesboro, reportedly consented to a search, according to the officer, at a silver BB gun. Digital scales and silver container containing 2 pills were found in his backpack. 2 counterfeit $100 bills were also found. He was taken into custody, along with Tracy Raynell Houston, 53 of Jonesboro. He was found to have a failure to appear warrant out of the city, and he was also arrested. A fourth suspect, it says, consented to a search and was released afterwards. Of all the men arrested, Stevenson's facing possession of drug and drug paraphernalia charges, misdemeanor. Houston cited for the FTA warrant. Beals, by the way, left in custody facing probable cause hearing that was probably held today to face charges for possession of meth with intent to deliver greater than 2 grams. Well, we want to tell you about a man that's wanted out of Baxter County, where authorities there are saying a man's still at large after a manhunt this week. Let's tell you what happened. It was the Baxter County Sheriff's Office that's been assisted by Cotter PD, State Police, Department of Corrections Canine Dog Team, actually all involved in the manhunt in the city of Cotter for the man that you're looking at, the man that may be somewhere here in northeast Arkansas still, and you might be able to help bring him to justice. At 1:30 p.m., it says Baxter County Sheriff's investigators made a traffic stop on the East Cotter Road area. This was not today, by the way. This doesn't say the date on it. but it was earlier this week. Baxter County Sheriff's investigators stopped the man. The passenger of the vehicle provided false identification to investigators, it says, and then fled the traffic stop on foot. He was identified as Mr. Brandon James Junick, 34. It says he's been sentenced 7 different times to prison since 2001. Latest arrest that he has is in October 2017 for possession of drug paraphernalia and felon in possession of a firearm. It says he was released from Conway County Jail by the parole board on January 29th of this year after serving 102 days in county jail. He's had past convictions for theft, arson, felon in possession of a firearm 5 times. Aggravated assault, possession of a controlled substance, and he's still at large as of this time. It says during the search, officers actually found a guy, it says, that was growing marijuana and arrested him for that. Edward Everett Call, 30, and posted a $2990 bond after appearing in Baxter County Court. Meanwhile, if you've seen this guy on your screen right there, contact the Crime Tip Hotline in Baxter County, 87042. It's time now for your New Wave Wireless weather forecast, home of the $49 iPhone screen repair. And there's a good chance you'll hear the wind howling outside of the studios here in West Jonesboro before we're even done with your New Wave forecast here, as we are under a wind advisory for the remainder of the afternoon and into the early evening. It lasts until 7 p.m. tonight, and it is accompanied by a blowing dust advisory. That's not something you see every day, but with 45-mile-per-hour wind gust, definitely contending with that issue today. Tonight, down to around 59 degrees, breezy still, up to 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and mostly clear skies. Tomorrow, we need to talk about the potential for showers and thunderstorms, as we do have, after 1 p.m., what begins by starting out at a 30% chance for those showers and thunderstorms to pop up. Tomorrow, partly sunny otherwise, and mainly up until that part of the day with a high near 77, and windy tomorrow too. But tomorrow night is when the stuff could really get a little crazy. We're watching for potential for heavy rainfall, 1 to 2 inches to fall tomorrow, and we're also going to be keeping an eye on any potential severe stuff that pops up and rolls through the area. If severe weather breaks out, NEA Report will break in tomorrow night live on your Facebook page, on your phone, so just be sure to follow us and see whenever we go live. We'll get you those updates straight away when stuff starts to go crazy. Hopefully it won't tomorrow night, but we may see some heavy rainfall and localized flash flooding, low around 61 and breezy tomorrow too. Then for Saturday, a 50% chance for showers and thunderstorms. They will continue with mostly cloudy skies otherwise and a high around 67. A 30% chance of showers before 1 a.m. Saturday night, and a low around 41. Sun comes back on Sunday, an apt day for it too, with mostly sunny skies, a high near 55. Going to be a little chillier, but still the winds gusting around 30 miles per hour. So you may want to take a coat, maybe a windbreaker to church with you Sunday morning. Areas of frost before 1 a.m. Sunday night, and the low down to 36. Monday, sunny with a high near 60. And as I mentioned, the wind going crazy right now in Jonesboro. 36-mile-per-hour wind gusts, it looks like. But, 81 degrees. Actually getting above what we expected the high to be in the at the Jonesboro Municipal Airport right now as I'm speaking. Fair and windy are the conditions outside. Coming up after the break, Jonesboro ranking well for working parents. We'll tell you how Jonesboro fared on the scale and maybe some areas we could have improved on too. Plus, we're also going to tell you about some facelifts headed our way for Walmart locations, including some in NEA. That's next on NEA Report.
Haley Norris, Realtor. Should I make my hair go like this? Whether you need to buy, sell, or lease. Haley, can I use my hands? Or is that, where are my hands? Where do they go?
Just say,
Haley.
Just like Haley.
Whether you need my expertise. Haley Norris, Realtor. Or even do a commercial lease. Haley Norris, Realtor. Should I say Remax Real Estate Center or no? Is that too salesy?
No, that's good.
My average days on market is just 50 days. You need my expertise, and that means I'm putting more money back in your pocket.
Family Medical Clinic of Walnut Ridge and Bono are your neighborhood healthcare providers, and we're now accepting new patients. We know you have a tight schedule, so we're here 6 days a week at both locations from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Walk-ins are welcome. In Walnut Ridge, stop by 1045 West Main Street or call us to make an appointment, 886-8300. In Bono, we're on Highway 63 North or call 930-9990. Walnut Ridge Family Medical Clinic and Bono Family Medical Clinic, here for you when you need us.
Brothers Flooring on Highway 67 South in Pocahontas has all your flooring covered. Stop by our showroom Monday through Friday 8 to 5 and see all we have. Carpet with pad and install starting at $16.50 a square yard. Laminate with pad installed starting at just $3.25 a square foot. Every name brand of engineered and solid hardwood from $5 a square foot and up. Waterproof vinyl planks, wood look and tile look, attached cork pack starting at $3.49 a square foot installed. Ceramic and porcelain tile of all sizes and all colors. We build custom tiled showers from the floor op shelves and benches, tub surrounds, kitchen backsplashes like no other. Brothers Flooring, Highway 67 North in Pocahontas. Call today, 870-892-2525.
Glad to have you in with us. Walmart has always been changing since their inception. Look at the logo on the right hand of your screen at the top in 1962. Until the most recent change in 2008, it looked nothing like the other versions, really, although it kind of actually sort of looks similar to the one we have now in some ways. Just like in 2008 when Walmart took the dash or the star out of their logo, or the middle of the words anyway, and made some significant changes, they're making more changes than ever, even now. Walmart has about $11 billion of capital expenditures earmarked for e-commerce upgrades, but they're making some significant store renovation improvements too, including more than about $1 billion of money going to that. It's a drop in the pan compared to online, but it's stuff that we're going to get to see right here at home. That includes 3 Walmart locations in Northeast Arkansas that are set to be part of this upgrade, as Walmart spends around $31 million over the next year renovating and remodeling 9 stores in Arkansas. They're expanding the Scan and Go, the self-checkout services, and the pickup towers for retrieval of online orders. In other words, the days of a Walmart cashier position are quickly coming to an end. And if you rely on that for income, you may want to consider that that field is being replaced by artificial intelligence and robotics. Still yet, aside from the philosophical discussions of AI technology replacing human technology, Walmart is going to make some upgrades, you'll see, including at the Highland Drive, Jonesboro, the West Kings Highway, Paragould Walmart, and the Walmart location in Wynn, Highway 64 East. And shopping will continue to be focused on the online side for the company as a whole. However, it's always nice to see some changes and upgrades right around here at home. Here's some positive news for the city of Jonesboro. Jonesboro has ranked the 5th best city for working parents in America, according to a newly released report by Smart Asset. That's a financial technology company providing personal finance advice. Pretty neat news for Jonesboro. And if you take a look at some of the other cities, which we'll show you in a second, like in the top 5 and whatnot, we're ranking amongst some nice communities. Jonesboro, it says, was highlighted for the city's affordable child care nursery costs. It says affordable child care is more important than ever, with costs increasing nationwide by 39% over the past decade. Jonesboro coming in among the lowest. Here's a look at the top of the list, the top 6 actually there. I want to show you some different numbers and statistics. They might be a little bit blurred and maybe a little difficult for you to see, but I'm going to mention them so you'll have an idea. Jonesboro is right here. And our unemployment rate listed at 3.8%. That's lower than a few like Wichita Falls, Texas, and Irvine, California. But I do see one area where Jonesboro scored higher amongst almost everyone on the list, and that's right here. It's the violent crime rate. It says the ranking was 440. I'm not sure what that is based on. Maybe that's per 100,000 residents or whatnot. You see some cities like the number 1 scored 36, less than 10% of where we were at on that number. You have a high school graduation rate. It says the average Jonesboro is around 89%. Some of the communities in the high 90s. The annual child care costs, so take a look at that. Jonesboro, the lowest in the top 6. Some positives for our community. Speaking of a positive for the community, the Armed Services Blood Drive is coming up April 17th and 18th, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., the Military Science Building at the ASU campus. It's sponsored by Jonesboro E911 and the City of Jonesboro, and we want you to be aware of that and mark your calendars and check out the Facebook event too. Tabletop Games International Tabletop Day is happening April 28th, and the NEA Gamers Guild will host and hold Board Game Day at the Craighead County Jonesboro Public Library, 10 until 5 in the Round Room. It's going to be a lot of fun. Bring your own board games. Get ready to lose if you're thinking about beating me at Monopoly. I'm just kidding. I'm not that good at it. But everyone's invited to attend. It's for adults and kids as well. Children 12 and under got to be accompanied by a parent, though. Well, before we head out the door on NEA Report today, I want to take one final glance at what we're expecting for the weather to do tomorrow. A flash flood watch begins tomorrow night at 10 p.m. and lasts through 12 a.m. Sunday, as we are expecting between 2 to 4 inches across that watch area that you're looking at right there total. 2 to 4 inches expected total. Jonesboro expected to get somewhere between 1 to 2 inches, it looks like, from Friday night into Saturday, maybe a tad more Saturday as well. But some areas, especially to the southeast of northeast Arkansas, could see much more. Poor drainage areas, it says, in urban areas may see it the worst, but the runoff from the heavy rainfall could result in some rapid rising rivers, streams, and creeks. Even though those temperatures may feel pretty nice out there this weekend, just something to keep aware, keep in the back of your mind. Now, there is always that potential with the severe storms rolling in tomorrow night that we are going to start to see a chance for severe weather to break out to the degree it's threatening, and we need to break in and tell you about it. If that happens, NEA Report will break in, and we will let you know exactly what is going on your phone. If you haven't already, this is extremely useful and important. You can follow NEA Report's updates by heading to our Facebook page. You click just like this. I want to show you this. I'm on the National Weather Services page right now, but I'm going to give you an example, okay? You click like, which I'm sure you guys already do. Then you click on the following tab right here. Click in your news feed, see first. Very important, because that lets you know whenever NEA Report goes live. Thanks so very much, folks, for tuning in with us and liking NEA Report, following us. We want to keep you up to date with what's going on, the latest in your news, your weather, and in your communities too, all in the palm of your hand. We'll be here tomorrow night if breaking news breaks out, or if it happens to break out tonight. If something else happens, we'll be right here and we'll break in. I'm Stan Morris. Hope you have a great evening.